What's up and welcome back to another video, guys. Today I have a special review for you being set 75280, the 501st Legion Clone Troopers, better known as the 501st Clone Trooper Battle Pack, coming out on August 1st of 2020 and retiring on August 31st of December in 2022. This retailed for $29.99 and it was the very first of the super battle packs, I guess you can call them, but that big increase from that $20 to $30 and then adding in the other builds and the two droids. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm kind of in between, but let's move on to the review of this set. Now, this set comes with 6 minifigures, 2 of which are droids, which I know some people do not count as minifigs, but they're listed as so on the box, so I am going to count them as well. And, well, the reason that I am starting with the minifigs, as they are 100% the main draw of this set, is the 501st Battle Pack, a set that fans have wanted for so long, and we finally got. So, the draw is 100% the minifigs here, and I have to say, LEGO did a very, very good job on the Clone Troopers. They are some of my favorite, and in my opinion, some of the best clone troopers that we have gotten in recent years. So let's get a closer look at all of these minifigs. Now, the first minifigure that I want to take a look at, and arguably the best minifigure in this set, is the 501st Jet Trooper. Now, this one, very, very good. Reminds me of Battlefront 2 and is based off of the Jet Trooper that you do see in that season of the Clone Wars. And I think it is a very accurate and well done figure. I think the printing on the helmet especially is very, very good. I really do like this. I think there's also some nice torso print on the variation up there as well, with the blue arms and then just the normal legs that we got in the other 501st Clone Troopers. Now, you also get a nice blue jetpack on this guy as well that does look very, very good. Overall, this is a very good minifig, and I don't actually have any problems with it at all. Our next minifigure and the main draw of this set is the 501st Clone Trooper. Now, you do get 3 of them in this set, and it's just, once again, this one is perfection. I will say, looking at the back, it does just look like a Phase 2 grunt, but what are you going to do? It would have been nice to have gotten a little bit of printing there somewhere, but is what it is. I think coming along to the front, this is just a super, super good minifig, in my opinion. The printing is very good. Now, sometimes you'll get some issues on the helmet where there's a little gap, but I mean, that's just like a LEGO printing issue, not like a design issue. But overall, this one of my favorite clones in recent years, and I think it is my favorite of all of the 501st Clone Troopers, which I happen to have on hand. We'll put them out to the side and we can compare all 3 of these guys. As you can see, we have our earliest rendition on the left in that old style, which was good at the time, but looking back, it's still got a bit of a charm to it, but compared to some of the newer stuff, it is not that good. And then, I mean, this is just the same one with a helmet hole, so we'll knock them out. But I think the main change here that was made by LEGO was changing the arms from blue to white. And at face value, you may think, you know, the blue is better because 501st is blue, but looking at different pictures of the 501st, I think the white arm is definitely more accurate. Now, it would be cool to get some sort of arm print or like dual molding, or I don't know, something where you could get that little bit of blue on the arm, but it's not something that LEGO could do, especially in 2022 for LEGO Star Wars. And I mean, I just think other than the arms, the hole, this one hole is just printed way sharper and looks a lot better in my opinion. But let's move on to our last minifigs. The last minifig that we get 2 battle droids. I'm not going to talk too much on these guys. If you've bought a LEGO Star Wars set in the past, 20, 30 years, you would have probably seen this guy, as they have not changed since then. So now we can move on to the builds and this overall battle pack. Now, looking at our battle pack and the builds, I want to bring up pretty much my only issue, my one and main big issue with this set is how oversized the builds are. I understand, like, it's kind of what they have to do to get the detail in, especially for the ATRT, and make it actually stable as well. It's just, they are huge, especially compared to when the ATRT should probably be half or a third of that size, and the speeder is also pretty oversized as well. But that aside, I think that they do look good, and let's take a closer look at these builds. Now, one thing that I figured is worth mentioning is that there is a pretty sizable sticker sheet for this set, especially for 285 pieces. There are a lot of stickers on both of these, but let's start off with the ATRT. Now, overall, I think it is a good design. It has that classic ATRT shape, and it is kind of a nice callback to that ATRT that we were originally introduced to the 501st with in that old set, and I think this one does a pretty good job, and it's definitely an improvement on that. I think the main highlight is kind of this front shape right up here. Now there is some nice detail here, but it is 100% all through stickers. That's a sticker, that's a sticker, that's a sticker, that's a sticker, that's a sticker. So yeah, a lot of stickers on this, but I will say I'd be lying if I said that it didn't look pretty cool on the front, and the overall shape is gotten with these little fin pieces. Looks good as well, and you also have this small little stud shooter on the front as well, which doesn't necessarily look great. I would have liked to have just had like a normal kind of cannon and not the ugly stud shooter, but it is nice and it is some nice playability. You can just shoot it off like that and then lose the stud behind your shelf forever. So that's fun. And then moving down, you have your legs, which are just, you know, your basic little Technic pieces, and you guessed it, more stickers for detailing. But overall, I would say it does look nice, and there is some stuff going on the back here by the antenna. You have a small little area for micro binoculars and another clip right there where you can put your minifigure's weapon if you want them to ride up there. So you can clip it on just like that, and then you can take your minifig and you can plop them right in the driving seat of this ATRT, and there you go. They can walk around. It does look massive around them, but I do think that this is a pretty good build, other than the fact that it is huge and uses a ton of stickers. Now our next build is the little BARC Speeder, or just the Speeder. It does look really good. Once again, does utilize quite a few stickers, but I think this one does look good, and it is a bit more in scale to the minifigs versus the ATRT, although it is also still pretty long. But I do think this one looks good. I think this is a very sleek and clean design, which I am a big fan of when it comes to Lego. I really like the use of the little Nexonite shield right there. I just thought that was something worth pointing out. I think it looks really good having that pointed tip on it as well. I just think it looks really, really nice, and I think the stud shooters are actually integrated pretty well here. Not like when it's on the ATRT. This, you know, works the same. I'm not going to shoot them because I don't want to lose more studs today. But I think that it does look pretty good. I think it would have been interesting maybe to have a different color other than red, but I mean, I think the red works too. But coming along to the back, there's nothing really special play feature wise here other than the stud shooters, but I will say it does keep that sleek design going toward the back. It does look nice. You have your small blasters on either side, and then you can also just sit your clone trooper down in the driver's seat, and they can grab onto those controls right there. They sit down in that seat just like that. And then the controls are a little bit weird to get into their hands, but it does fit, which is nice. It's always nice to be able to have your minifig grab onto those controls. It just makes it look cooler, and it helps for the playability especially. But overall, I do think the builds here are very, very good. I'm a fan of these builds, other than the fact they are oversized, but that's something that I can definitely look past. That is the 501st Battle Pack. Now, this is a set that fans were lobbying for so long, and then Lego finally did it, finally made it, and I think they did a great job. Yes, you can say that it's kind of scummy that they, you know, ups the price to a $30 set and just threw in 2 droids and another oversized build, but that aside, I think it's great that we finally got this. I think the minifigs are great, and honestly, when you are army building, I do kind of like to have the droids there as well, so you can army build your droids at the same time. I know a lot of people don't share that same opinion, but I'm just happy that we got it, to be honest. I think the minifigs are great. I think the builds are very well detailed. However, they do have a lot of stickers and they are oversized, but I think that's fine for an army building vehicle. And at the end of the day, you're not buying this set for the minifigs. You are buying it for, you're buying the set for the minifigs, not for the builds. And just, I think that aside just makes this worth it, especially for the $30. It went on sale pretty often for about $23, so you were able to get it at a pretty good deal back when it was on shelves. Now it's not on shelves, but it still goes for similar pricing. You can find it still for $30 if you're looking in the right place, but if you're going to get it on one of the main reselling websites in the US, it'll cost you about $40 on like eBay or Bricklink and stuff like that, but it is still available to find for around $30 if you're looking in the right places. Now, overall, I would have to say this is probably one of the best sets in recent years. I do love this one, and that is going to conclude this review. Let me know if you ever had gotten any of these once they were on shelves, or if you're going to get one in the future, and how many you got to build your army. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. Drew signing out.